Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the world today. Every 40 seconds, someone dies from it. A heart attack, a stroke, or sudden cardiac failure. But what's happening inside your body is simple. Your arteries, those flexible lifelines that deliver oxygen and nutrients to every cell, begin to stiffen and clog. Think of your arteries like elastic garden hoses. When they're healthy, the inner lining called the endothelium is smooth and responsive. It senses changes in blood flow and releases a natural gas called nitric oxide to keep those vessels open and relaxed. But when the endothelium becomes inflamed from stress, poor diet, high blood sugar, or toxins, it stops producing enough nitric oxide. And without enough nitric oxide, the arteries lose their ability to dilate. The smooth muscles around them start to tighten. Blood pressure rises and oxygen delivery to your heart and brain begins to fall. Over time, that tightness causes micro tears in the vessel walls. The blood tries to patch those tears with cholesterol, calcium, and inflammatory proteins. And that's how plaques start to form. This is how heart disease begins, called atherosclerosis. Now, the exciting part is that we can naturally support this nitric oxide pathway, and food is one of the most powerful ways to do it. Certain foods contain amino acids that your body transforms into nitric oxide, restoring the flexibility and communication of the endothelium. And here's how the pathway works. When you eat foods rich in citrulline, your body converts it into arginine and from there into nitric oxide. This nitric oxide travels to the smooth muscle cells that line the arteries and tells them to relax. When that happens, blood vessels widen, blood pressure drops, and oxygen and nutrients flow much more freely through every part of your body, including your heart, your brain, your muscles, and even your skin. Think about this. Every single heartbeat is only as efficient as your arteries allow it to be. If your arteries are stiff, your heart has to work harder. But if your nitric oxide levels are high, your arteries stay soft, flexible, and elastic. That's the difference between an aging cardiovascular system and a youthful one. So where do we get citrulline and arginine naturally? The food that tops the list is watermelon. Watermelon just isn't as refreshing as summer fruit. It's one of nature's richest sources of L-citrine, the very amino acid that your body uses to make nitric oxide, ounce for ounce. It contains more citrine than any other food on Earth. And here's the secret most people don't know about. The white part of the rind, that pale layer between the red flesh and the green skin. It's where the highest concentration of citrine is found. Most people throw that part away, but that's the real treasure. When you make smoothies, cut a few small chunks of that white rind and blend them in with that red with what you like to eat. You won't taste it, but your arteries will feel the difference. I guarantee it. Now, while watermelon is a champion, there are other excellent foods that support the same nitric oxide pathway. Pumpkin seeds and nuts like almonds and walnuts are high in arginine, which also boost nitric oxide directly. Beets and leafy greens like spinach and arugula contain natural nitrates that convert into nitric oxide through a different pathway. Pomegranates help protect the endothelium that extend the life of nitric oxide once it's produced. Garlic enhances the enzymes that help your body make more nitric oxide from arginine. Combining these foods creates this synergy. Watermelon and pumpkin seeds raise citrine and arginine levels. Beets and greens produce nitric oxide from nitrates, and pomegranates and garlic protect and sustain the nitric oxide you've already made. Now let's dive a little deeper in what nitric oxide is actually doing inside your arteries. Imagine your endothelium as the conductor of a massive orchestra. When it senses increased blood flow, like during exercise or excitement, it releases nitric oxide, and this nitric oxide diffuses into the smooth muscle layer of the artery and triggers an enzyme called guanyl cyclase. That enzyme increases levels of cyclic GMP, a messenger molecule that tells muscles to relax. This relaxation causes the arteries to expand, a process called vasodilation, and the result, increased blood flow, reduced pressure on the heart, greater oxygen delivery to every organ. The endothelium uses nitric oxide to prevent platelets from sticking together and to calm inflammation inside the vessel walls. In short, nitric oxide helps keep your arteries clean, calm, and wide open. And studies show that people who regularly consume foods high in citrine, arginine, and natural nitrates have improved flow-mediated dilation, a measurement of how well arteries can expand and lower arterial stiffness. one of the strongest predictors of heart disease. And here's a suggestion for you. In the morning or after a workout, make a smoothie with 2 cups of watermelon chunks, a few small pieces of white rind, a handful of spinach or arugula, a few pumpkin seeds, and a half a beet. Then add some water or coconut water and blend it until smooth. And within minutes, your bloodstream is flooded with raw materials your body needs to produce this nitric oxide naturally. And if you want to go further, you can add a few pomegranate seeds or a clove of garlic for antioxidant support to enhance this nitric oxide activity. And the beauty of this approach is that you're not forcing your body with drugs or chemicals. You're giving it natural precursors it already recognizes and uses to heal itself. The result is better circulation, lower blood pressure, more oxygen to your heart and your brain, and noticeable increase in energy. Remember, your arteries are living tissues. They respond to what you feed them, how you move them, and how you breathe. Right foods, you activate your own internal pharmacy. The truth is, you don't need anything exotic or expensive. Sometimes the most powerful healing comes straight from the produce aisle. Watermelon, pumpkin seeds, beets, greens, pomegranate, garlic together. They can transform how your arteries function and how your body feels. So the next time you slice into a watermelon, don't stop at the red part. Save some of the white rind, throw it into a blender, and know that you're fueling your arteries, your heart, and your brain with one of the most powerful natural nitric oxide boosters on Earth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I only wish you, your loved ones, and family good health. Please leave your comments below, and most important, make it a great day.